Hi everyone, it has been once again quite a while for me to record a diary entry for my knitting diary, and here we go. I did quite a bit of knitting in the last month or so, and actually I think it was a month and a half. Whoops. I just didn't have it was either knit or have time for a knitting diary entry, and I felt like knitting was more fun. And I was really inspired, and yeah, as you can see, I have one of the whips from last time actually on. This is the Explorer Lite by Sarah Opie. I tested this. I used Explorer Knits and Fibers in my Guinness as the main color, as the dark brown, and then my contrast color is Fia, also by Explorer Knits, and this is the Denali Sock base. To give you a quick idea on how this fits, there's a split hem right here, and the end of the ribbing all across is knit in the contrast color, but not up here. Super comfortable. I had a lot of fun with these. I've pulled the sleeves back a little bit. As you can see, there's also color work on the sleeves, and I really like this sweater. It is fun, it is nice to wear, and today is kind of a gloomy day, so this felt pretty nice actually to put on, because it is not too warm, but at the same time I'm not too chilly with it, so just perfect. Now, I have also finished a few other things. I will start with the one thing that I have not woven in any ends yet, and that is the Just Feel Festive wrap or shawl by Nadir Tani, by Caleisha Ryan, who hosts the Quirky Mondays podcast, and this is in the Ruby and Roses advent calendar from 2020, I believe. And please ignore the ends, there's a lot, but here we go. And I totally love this. I had fun crocheting this up. This is basically a granny stripe shawl on the bias, and it was really fun to crochet up. It was very easy going. It is fingering weight held double, so you could also use DK or worsted weight if you had that available to you. And I think this would also be a great one to knit up if, for example, you have a couple skeins of a very special color that you just want the color to shine, because this is such a great pattern. And yeah, so I had fun with this, and I've actually also worn this already. Every now and then I felt a little chilly because I was sitting a lot for work, and it just needed I just needed a little bit of like warmth around my shoulders and my back, and this was just perfect for that. So super happy with this, although I still need to weave in all the ends, and it's a lot, but we'll get there eventually. So I'm going to put this back together. And then so I've been working on the Desert Vista Sock Club, monthly sock club, all year long, and I finished my socks every single month, and September is no exception. This is the colorway Burano. Burano is a place in Italy, and they have these gorgeous colorful houses, so this is what the colorway is inspired by. And I used the Fleegle Heel for this one. So I knit these toe up, and I used a contrast color that came with my Burano for the toe and also for the heel. And these are ready to go, and they will hop into my sock box of socks for 2023. Now, I finished both of those before Pigskin Party because I felt like I wanted to get them for one off the needles. This was due before anyway, and then I felt like the socks could be done before Pigskin Party started. This is, by the way, a knit-along, a make-along hosted by Boss Chen of the Down Cellar Studio podcast, and it's in its 10th year now. And it runs throughout the entire football season, and you have multiple ways to earn points, and those points get you entries into prize raffles, basically. So, as soon as this stopped, I cast on a bunch of things and tried to focus on a lot of those newer projects, and one of the things I cast on was the Obfuscation Cowl by Sarah Jordan, who is a sponsor for the Pigskin Party as well. So this is mine, and this is a two-color, or let me rephrase it, it's a 1 and 2 color brioche cowl, and let me see if I can put it on without messing up my hair. So there you go. It is really comfortable. I knit mine in Fiber Nymph Dye Works in a mini skein set called Bright Sea. So, let me not drop my phone. This uses this uses 5 mini skeins. For this particular cowl, the original pattern indicated 6 mini skeins, but I only had 5, and I felt like this was actually big enough, and it is super squishy with the brioche. It was really nice to knit, and I still need to block this, which I presume then I can also get out that slight bias in the brioche sections. Yeah, this was knit in the round, and you just basically fade through the colors and change what's going on, what's the front and the back, color in the front and color in the back. And it was really fun and actually really quick to knit up. Alright, next I'm gonna do one project where I didn't bring everything with me because it just it was a little convoluted, so I brought the swatch. This is the swatch for the Breaker zippered cardigan, zippered jacket by Jen Parroccini. I am testing this for her, and this is my swatch. The color is Baby Cat Yarns and Spend the Night, so it is a bright teal. This is actually my color per my color analysis, and I love all things teal, and I can't wait to have a zipper jacket in this color. So technically I guess this should probably also be part of my acquisitions because I bought the yarn specifically for this one. Didn't bring it with me right now because it just felt like I have the swatch to show you. I'm already working with it, so we got this going for us. Yeah. Next up, I gotta get something. Next up, I'm working on another test, and this is for Tori Yu. It's her Skyline Pullover, and I am knitting this with stash yarn completely. So this is all yarn that had been in my stash for a little bit, and I didn't have a pattern picked out for some reason. So I felt like this was actually a great project for it, especially in combination. The yarns I am using are Pumpkin Patch by Woolberry. This was last year's like autumn fall equinox box main color, and she actually opened up a another pre-order for more of this, and I had gotten more. And this is technically not my color, but I love the way it looks and the way it knits up. So I just felt like I was going to find something to make with it, and this was actually perfect. And then I used Honeycomb by Craft Me Not Yarn Co. This was also something that I just fell in love with, and I knew I would have something that would just call for this color because it is definitely my color. I love the color in general, and I have quite a bit, and I originally was probably thinking about using it for a different fingering weight yarn as my second one to hold it with. But then I held them together, and the golden speckles in the woolberry look a lot like the mohair. So I swatched and fell in love even more. And let me actually undo the sleeves. I've tucked in sleeves for this one. This is where I'm at. So I finished sleeves, I finished the neckline and everything. I am just zooming on the body, and I'm super duper close for this one. And I love the way this looks. I still get the gray and the purple, the eggplanty purple bits, but it is much more warm toned, and it looks a lot better on me, I think, than it would have looked just on its own. So I'm really thrilled with this. And yeah, I'm at the point where I am very close to trying it on to see if I would like to add some length, or if we're good as is, and I will just pop on my ribbing needles and do the ribbing. So yeah, this will definitely be done within the time frame of the test knit as well, because we have another 3.5 weeks, I think, left. And this shouldn't take that much longer, because I'm just zooming through this. So a lot of the details, there's these are saddle shoulder. It's a saddle shoulder. It's a saddle shoulder construction. So you have this gorgeous fit. It's oversized, and it's very comfortable. So every try on I've had with this was just amazing and so much fun. So yeah, this will be a finished object in my next knitting diary entry, I'm pretty sure. So next up, I'm going to show you something that actually, change of plans. This one. So next I'm showing you yet another test knit. Shana of Shanalines Designs had a test knit call out, and I didn't see it right away, and I was under the impression, I bet it's full, because it is such a great shawl design, and it was really it looked like a ton of fun. And then on the Pigskin Party kickoff Zoom, she actually mentioned that she was still looking for testers, and I was like, let me put my name in. I put my name in, and she accepted me as part of her testing group. And so I am knitting on her shawl. Now, this doesn't look like a whole lot yet, because there are bits and pieces to come. Shana does a lot of modular designs, so what you start with is not the end shape, and I totally love that. And for this one, I'm using Suburban Stitcher yarn. I'm using the Swamp colorway as my main color, and then the Diane's favorite sock mini set, sock mini skein set for my contrast colors, because it calls for 1 main color and 5 contrast colors, 5 mini skeins. Or I know that at least one of the other testers is actually using a full skein for their contrast color, so that would also be an option. But this is where I'm at. Let me see if I can hold it up all the way. So this might be a little out of my usual wheelhouse, but I love the colors, and I'm having a ton of fun. And yeah, this is where I'm at. I don't know what to say about this other than it's just flying off the needles so far, and I can barely put it down. I had set myself a goal for last week to finish all the way through section 6, so the halfway point of this particular part, and I actually got through section 8. That's how well this is going, and I'm just having fun. So that should also be done very soon, I have no doubt. And then I have pulled out an old whip, and this is in my tiny Casey bag. in one of the bigger bags, and this leads me to a confession. I have cast on the last 3 years of Stephen West's Westknits mystery knit-alongs for the shawls, and I haven't finished a single one of them. Now, I didn't not finish them because I didn't like them. I think I just didn't finish them because I'm at the point where everybody else seemed to be done, or almost everybody was done. I was not done, and I just lost steam. And I have been focusing mostly on these shawls for almost a month, and it was a lot of knitting, and I needed a break. And then I worked on other things that were fun, and I just neglected these. So, since this year's Mr. Knit-along is about to come up and start in, what, less than 2 weeks? Yeah, I think it's less than 2 weeks actually. I felt like maybe I should not be casting that one on right away, but maybe I should instead be finishing 2 of my other shawls. And that is what I'm working on. So this is Slipstravaganza, and I got this kit and put this kit together with the help of wonderful people at Heather Yarn Co., which is a yarn store in Grass Valley, California. It was the yarn store that got me through the 2020 madness of issues in terms of going to yarn stores and all that. And for the Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl, which by the way just ended for this year, they helped me put together this kit. And it is a combination of yarns. It is archaic fibers, it is teal torch knits, Earl Grey fibers, and some mohair that I had left. And let me see if I can actually pull up the color names, because I don't think I remember off the top of my head. Okay, I don't have the colorways, but I think I can piece together at least the ones that are still probably available. So this is what it looks like now. I hope you can see enough. I am actually on the border. So my main color is archaic fibers in a one-of-a-kind colorway, so I'm afraid you can't get that. I was really worried for a moment there, because at the end of skein 1 I couldn't find skein 2, and it was literally in the container that I knew it was in, and that I actually looked at like 4 times before I finally found it. But that's a whole other story. Then my contrast 1 and 2, so these 2 here, are limited edition colorways from the 2020 Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl for Heather Yarn Co., so I'm afraid you can't get those anymore. And the yellow is teal torch knits in BANANAS, so bananas, and you can still get that, I'm pretty sure. And it's just plain gorgeous. It is very bright, but with the rest of the colors being more muted, it's just a perfect pop of colors. And so I was down here when I stopped it, and I've worked all the way up to here. I am now at over 900 stitches, and it's clearly taking a lot longer than it used to, but I'm still having fun, and I think I will finish this probably not before the Mr. Knit-along starts, but I will finish it. And then I can finally use it, and that's going to be exciting. So yeah, this has also been quite an active whip again. In terms of acquisitions, I don't have a whole lot that I can really talk about or want to talk about, because a lot of it is in terms of acquisitions, I don't have that much to talk about this time around because there's for one, I'm trying to like limit myself in terms of what I do and what I get, and I also know that I have advents coming and probably more than I should. But I got my first advent, and it's not the yarn advent, it's my annual Bird and Blend tea advent calendar. And the one I got is a like a combination one. It has caffeinated and decaffeinated teas in it, and I enjoyed it the last 2 years. And I love what they did the packaging this year. So we always get this kind of fold-up box, but it used to have all kinds of little boxes that you could take out in them. And then you'd have those boxes separately, and on the back they have the info on what yarn it is. Tea it is. Sheesh, sorry. So this year it's actually more traditional in terms of you have those boxes that you can pop up, so they are perforated and you push in and open up the flap and you get the tea out. So I'm really excited for this one. And I'm telling you now, it is hard to not try and open it already and have my tea because it was so good last year and the year before. So we're doing our best. And then the other thing I got was, although I'm not starting it right away, I saw one of the Stephen like Penelope kits for the Mystery Knit Along this year, and I could not resist. Geo Gradient was the topic, and he had a couple very, very pretty green kits, and if you know me and watched my knitting diary entries, I think it's pretty obvious that I love green. So I got the Mominoki kit in, let me check the name, Fir Tree. So this is the Fir Tree gradient, and it has the dark fir tree here, brilliant green, Keri and Kohaku. So I could not say no to this. I think it is definitely my colors, and I'm excited. So I know I will not be casting on anytime soon. I will probably cast on towards the second half, if not towards the very end of the actual Mystery Knit Along being done for, because I need to finish at least Slipstravaganza and ideally one more of my Mystery Knit Alongs or my Stephen West shawls in general. Which I don't think it should be too much of an issue because I literally stopped them all so close to the end. I was in clue 3 and a good way into clue 3 for all 3 of them when everybody else was done, and I just set them aside because I needed a change in pace and a change in project. So yeah, we'll get these done. But I got this, and I got it as a kit from Stephen and Penelope, so I do have the canvas tote along with the stickers and the needle gauge and also the little MKAL tags. But that is pretty much in terms of bigger acquisitions that I am ready to talk about. I will have 2 more acquisitions coming up for my next diary entry. I know already because then I will have actually started the projects for those, and they'll actually be here. So yeah, I have quite a few fun knits planned. As you could tell, I'm almost done with this. I'm almost done with the Slipstravaganza, and I am more than halfway through my shawl too. So I have 3 projects that are very close to being done, and my cast on plans are actually, oh, and the breaker that I didn't show you because it was just a little too convoluted and too difficult to bring and actually show apart from the swatch. It's knit in pieces. It's all I have to say for that. So I felt like it was a little tricky to show because nothing really looks like anything. So this one is not anywhere near done though, but we got this. My next cast-ons will be a doodle cow, and that is where the yarn is not here yet. And then I have a let's call it a colorwork sweater. It has fun blips of color, and it's colorwork, but it's not like super intricate colorwork, but super fun, and I can't wait to have it. Yeah, so that one's coming, and that one's going to come up soon, and yeah. So we've got those that I'm planning on, and I hope to show you those maybe next time when I film a diary entry. I like keeping track of my knitting this way. It feels like it is easier for me to have some kind of record of what I do. While I do fill in my Ravelry pages, I know for one, Ravelry is not accessible to all, and it's also, I feel like in some ways there's a bit of a hindrance because you cannot see the actual finished project in motion. So with my sweater, I can show you a picture, and there are pictures on my Ravelry page obviously, and also on my Instagram, but it looks different if I'm moving around because the fabric just works differently. It does different things than if I just stand still. So for example, this is different than me moving around, and you know, you can see all the movement with the fabric and with the hemline like I showed you earlier. I feel like it's sometimes a little more easy for me to also see what, looking at it from outside, not while I'm looking down at myself, what worked and what maybe I would like to change up for another sweater. So yeah, it's fun for me. So yeah, I would love to know if there are any fun projects that I should be keeping in mind for future cast-ons, because I am always up for it. As you can see, I love colorwork, I love brioche, I love all the things. So I'm up for all the ideas in essence. Yeah, happy knitting. I'll see y'all soon. Bye, diary.